When should you do magic? Hi, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, and if you're new to Wicca and Witchcraft and you want to learn how to become a witch or a Wiccan but you just don't know where to start or what to do, hit the subscribe button below so that you don't miss anything. This video is actually about the myths about when you should or shouldn't do magic, and I have 4 of them today. Most of these myths are actually recent ones that I've heard because I didn't actually hear a lot of myths back earlier, so I think these may be new myths, I'm not sure. So one myth, the first myth I'm going to start with is the myth about money magic. And this I can trace comes from the New Age, maybe law of attraction or a misunderstanding of law of attraction sort of scene, because it's got that sort of feel to it. And this is that if you're going to do magic for money, that you shouldn't do it for a specific amount of money. And if it's a specific amount of money that you need, then by all means, from a true magical perspective, put that in your spell, okay? Because that's what you're wanting. That's what you're needing. That's what you put in the spell. But people have been told that you shouldn't do that. You should be doing magic for abundance. So don't be specific with wanting a certain amount of money. Instead, do magic for abundance, because then you'll get abundance. Abundance of what? You can have an abundance of shit. You can have an abundance of money, which is great. You can have an abundance of anything. So when it comes to putting your will out into the world, which is what magic is about, we need to be a bit more specific than just abundance, because we need to actually be putting the will out into the world. And if your will is for, say, $3,000, and that doesn't necessarily mean abundance to you, it just means $3,000. I don't see $3,000 as abundance, personally. It's $3,000. If I'm thinking of an abundance of money, I'm thinking, you know, we're talking a lot more than $3,000. So it all depends. If you leave money magic open, and I know this from my own personal experimentations with this, you could get anywhere from $20 to $100. It really just depends on what it is that you're doing. The universe will not be specific about what it gives you if you're not specific about what you want. So if you do have a dollar amount that you're wanting for whatever reason, then do your magic for that, and then take the action in the real world to make that happen as well. So myth number 2, and I'll just look at my notes, is about not being able to do magic for yourself. I don't know where that comes from. I do know that I've heard that in other traditions where they say you shouldn't pray for yourself, you should only pray for other people. So maybe it's got some sort of connection to the Abrahamic traditions, I'm not sure about that. But you know, you shouldn't do magic for yourself. It could also come from the 1990s television series Charmed, where they weren't allowed to do magic for personal gain, which of course is all part of creating the drama of the series, but not based in any reality whatsoever. I haven't heard that in any Wiccan circle. I've never heard it in the almost 30 years that I've been practicing, that you shouldn't be doing magic for yourself. It is it's not really a belief in magical circles. So I'm not sure where that comes from. It's not true. You have every right to do magic for yourself. You can do magic for everybody else. You could do magic for every single person on this planet if you want to, including yourself. It's okay. Okay, so yeah, do magic for yourself as much as you want. Myth number 3 is normal means. So this means that if you have not done everything possible in the so-called normal way, you shouldn't use magic. So if you're trying to achieve something and you would like to do magic straight out of the gate to help give you the opportunities to help you achieve whatever it is you're wanting to achieve, if you haven't tried all of the normal physical, real world means of achieving it, then you shouldn't be using magic, because magic should only be used as a last resort when you've exhausted every other thing. I don't know where that comes from either. If anybody has heard that one before and they do know where it comes from, please let me know, because I find that really strange. I haven't come across it before. And some people really take this stuff seriously. They really believe it. And so they're missing out on creating what they want to create with their lives and with all of their aspirations and expressions of themselves, because these weird rules are being told to them, and it's just simply not true. Magic is about creating. It's creating what we wanted to bring into the world, and being able to express our true selves in the world. And magic is a way of helping us do that. We do that through non-magical means all the time, so why not bring magic into the mix and use magic straight out of the gate? You know, as soon as you've got an idea, you're trying to build something, you know there could be some obstacles in the way, you know it could be a little tricky, you know, start straight away with working magic to help influence the results and have things working nice and as smoothly as you can anyway. So that is a myth. Myth number 4 is you shouldn't use magic to give you an advantage over another person with something that you may be competing with them for. So for example, if you are into sport or if you're an athlete, you shouldn't use magic to give you that winning edge, okay? Which is kind of weird, because as athletes and sports people who are competitive will tell you, they do everything in their power as far as training, what they eat, what they put in their bodies, how often they train, the type of training they do, everything about what they do is to give them that advantage over their competitor. If they're wanting to go for the gold medal, they are going to be doing whatever it takes to go for that gold medal. So why not add magic to the mix? What's the difference between doing some magic and, you know, drinking protein powder? I mean, seriously, what's the difference? It's bizarre. You know, the same thing if you're going for a job interview. You want to influence those people that are interviewing you. You want them to hire you. You want them to think you're spectacular and you can do the job. And if you really believe you can do the job and you really want to do the job and it's a really great thing, then why not have that winning edge over other people who may also be doing magic for that job? You know, by doing magic, you're going to be making sure your resume is awesome, you're going to be dressed well, you're going to be saying the right things to influence those people. So why not add magic to the influential mix? It's no different. It's just another thing that you can use. Don't know where that belief comes from. It's a kind of one of those weird ones that sort of, you know, magic has had such a bad reputation in Western culture that I think a lot of these beliefs about magic are sort of born out of the fear of magic, that somehow magic is this supernatural thing that, and we're not allowed to use supernatural things because in our culture anyway, they've been demonized, vilified, seen as being evil, wrong, bad, and all that. So I think it probably comes out of that Judeo-Christian paradigm and the fear of magic and the prohibition against using magic. It comes from that. It comes from a mindset of fear related to being afraid that, you know, this, you know, monotheistic deity is somehow going to harm you in some way because you're doing magic. That belongs to a different religion. It belongs to a different spirituality. It's not a pagan thing. We don't believe we're going to be hit by lightning from the sky if we do magic for something. It's never been a belief. It's not ours. So don't own it. It's not our belief. These beliefs are not ours. They belong to other people from other belief systems, and they're not ours. They're not Wiccan, and they're not in the craft, and they're probably not in the other magical circles either. So when somebody does throw something weird at you like that, throw it back. Don't take it. It's not true. It belongs to their belief system, which is fine. But let them have it, and you don't have to take it on because it's not true. Okay, so if you really are confused about what is real out there and what isn't real, if you're confused because there is a lot of information out there and it's actually keeping you stuck from actually starting your practice, and you are looking for seriously wanting to do a practice that's actually going to help you, that will guide you step by step through all of the sensible practices to do to help you develop your craft as a witch or a Wiccan, do check out the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy course. The details for that are in a link below this video. It's a 12-month training program. I guide you step by step along the way. You do have live sessions, live group sessions with me twice a month, so you do get to talk to me, and I can help you with any of the individual things that you are experiencing or questioning throughout your practice. So it's a very affordable way of being able to have a mentor to help you with your practice. So that is the end of when to use magic or when not to use magic. I hope you were well entertained and laughed a lot, because these really, I mean, they're sad that people believe these things and that people are being told these things. It's really sad that people are dishing out this crazy information, but at the end of the day, you kind of got to laugh at it. So have a good laugh, and I'll see you on the next video. Blessed be.